Hello again guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice and I have my weekly sales update video for you all. So this is all the sales between March 11th and 17th and I'm going to show you everything that's sold on Etsy, Poshmark and eBay in that time period. So what I usually do in these videos is take you through each item. I'll let you know where I purchased it, how much it sold for and roughly how long it was listed for if I can remember, just because that's usually quite useful information. At the end of the video I'll give you all of my numbers for the week. Okay, here we go. So Etsy, one sale on Etsy for that week. And it was a vintage Looney Tune distressed graphic t-shirt. When I say distressed, I mean, let me zoom in here and show you. You can see here quite obviously, like there was definitely some markings and like some wear to the graphics there. And this actually sold for $29.95 plus shipping. I don't really do free shipping. Very, very rarely do I do that. So my buyers do pay shipping. So $29.95. And I actually found this at a rummage sale in a little like discarded 25-cent box. It was just at the bottom. And I decided to grab it and give it a try just because of it being vintage Looney Tunes and 25 cents. Why not? I'm quite surprised actually that it sold for $30, especially with the condition and stuff. But hey, I'm happy with that. So off that went from Etsy. And then we went on to Poshmark. So this was a very, very quick sale. This was under a sort of day or two really. Athleta turquoise blue ruched back trailhead tee. What a mouthful. As you can see with the thumbnail, it did have some cool detail on the front, like ruched detail, and on the back as well, so I wanted to show that in my thumbnail. That's why I did the side-by-side collage, and it sold for the $18 that you see here. Next was a sort of no-name brand, vintage black with gold chunky buttons cardigan. I don't know. Like I said, it was no brand specifically. I think it was Hampshire Studio maybe, but it was vintage and I did kind of like the style when I found it, so I decided to kind of give it a go, and it actually had a lot of interest on both eBay and Poshmark, which surprised me, and it sold in about 2 weeks of being listed for $15, which I'm happy with for just an old cardigan. White House Black Market, this sold in under a week for $14, just a very, very simple sort of swirl print cardigan. And then on to eBay. eBay was really the saving grace this week for me, I have to say. So we had newer tags, Chico So Slim in black bootcut jeans. They were size extra large or 3.5 in Chico sizing or size 18. I had them listed for $42.99 because they were brand new with tags. I actually took a best offer of $26. I think at this point I just was really wanting to try and get some sales through the door. This was right at the end of the week here. I really could have held out for a bit more, I think, but $26, that's fine. My cost of goods is pretty low. My average cost of goods, in case you're wondering, is $1.69, so $26 is a pretty good return anyway, and they were only listed for about a month or so. Aeropostale, again, this was a best offer of $10 that I took, plus that shipping of course, which is really no more than I would expect for this particular brand for just a simple cardigan. Beach Lunch Lounge. This is a brand that I really enjoy, but it's sort of not doing as well as it used to. This is the tag, in case you're wondering. It was a really, really pretty sort of summery shift dress, and it sold for $20 on a best offer, which is not too bad at all. Like I said, that brand used to do better for me, and it's not so much anymore. So, and that piece was probably listed for about 6 months at least. Banana Republic, these sold for full asking price. So there we go. Sometimes it does happen. Just a pair of like roll cuff camp shorts. They sold for $16.99 plus shipping. Rick Rack, which is an Anthropology brand, a really pretty sort of Asian print, kind of like an Asian fish scale look to it, and then really, really pretty detail all around, lovely kind of pleated front. And this is the tag, in case you are wondering. This sold for $18.99 full asking price, as shown here. Next was a J. Jill sort of A-line flared skirt, and it had some applique, kind of embroidered flowers and stuff around the bottom. It sold for a best offer of $17, which I was happy with because I've had this listed for about a year and a half at this point. Vintage high-rise denim shorts. They're kind of like short shorts. You can kind of see how they were cut off. They definitely were pretty short there, but they were no specific brand. They just happened to be vintage and high-rise. They have sat in my stores for about 2 years now. So someone offered me $11 and I took it. I think I'm going to stick to some of the better known brands or pieces that are sort of more like stand out, like maybe they're an acid wash, or maybe they're like dip dyed in bleach or something like that, which I can do myself. I'm just trying to stand out a bit more from the crowd with those vintage shorts now. This was technically had no cost of goods in terms of this was a present from me to my husband, but he didn't like it. It just didn't work out. It wasn't big enough, basically. So this was a handmade item that I purchased off of Etsy from a store, and since he didn't like it, he didn't want it, I decided to resell it because that's what I do. So someone actually bought this for $14, just a Scrooge McDuck, as like made out of comic books and maps and things like that, just a little minimalist wallet. Vintage McGregor plaid newsboy hat. I picked this up at a rummage sale, like a filler bag, and decided to give it a go. It actually did have quite a lot of interest and stuff, but I eventually took a best offer of $15 because it has been sat for about 6 months. Men's Columbia cargo pants, just like, they're not the ones where they zip off like the convertible ones. They do much better, but they still sold for $16 plus shipping, which I was happy with. Lauren Ralph Lauren, I picked this up purely because of the size. It was a 2X, which is a pretty good size, like a sort of rugby striped sleeveless polo shirt. Women's sold for $14. So these are a pair of Adriana Goldschmidt AG jeans. They are the Tomboy Crop. And these sold in about a month or so of being listed. And they sold for the full asking price of $34.99. And these actually came in a free inventory haul for me, which was really exciting. Old Navy Be Amazing sort of thin knit sweatshirt sold for $15.99 full price. Catherine's red, white and blue popover blouse with a really fun sort of cutout detail on the side. It was a size 2X, sold for $15. I grabbed this at a yard sale. It's been listed for about sort of 7 or 8 months now, I think. Crown and Ivy, this piece has been listed for probably about 8 or 9 months actually. Elephants Happier Together, sold for $11 on a best offer. And the last item is a Chico's pair of black cropped Bermuda shorts, and they sold for $10.99 on a best offer. So definitely some lower priced items this week. So here come the numbers. My gross sales this week was $343.90. My cost of goods, which is everything I paid for every single item I showed you here, is a total of $33.80. My fees, which I always count as 20% because Poshmark is 20%, Etsy is less, eBay is a bit less, but once you start considering like subscription fees and listing fees and things like that, I like to be very, very transparent here and sort of give you a realistic idea of how much it takes to sort of list and sell on these platforms. So 20% is usually pretty fair and conservative for that. So that would be $68.78 this week. And so all that comes to say that my net profit this week, my net sales were $241.32, which is not too bad. We're on the up. It's going slowly, but I'm grateful for every single sale. All right, you guys, let me know down in the comments how all of your sales are going. I hope everybody's doing well. Have you been able to thrift yet? That's the question. Let me know down below if you have managed to get out or if you're still sort of playing it safe, or in fact, you're not allowed to yet. Who knows? All right, you guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.